Hi and welcome to Bitches of Horror.
And this episode, we're going to talk about Book of Monsters. and it's from 2018, directed by Stuart Spark and written by Paul Butler from the UK. Also starring Lindsay Crane, Michaela Longdon, Daniel Thrace, Lizzie Stanton, and Nicholas Mintz.
Yes.
Who we met and interviewed, one of our first people that we interviewed.
Yeah, we did at Weekend of Women in Horror in London. Yeah, like 4 or 3 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun meeting him. Very nice.
Yeah,
man.
Nice and passionate man.
So, what is this film about? It's about Sophie, who's turning 18 and she's having a birthday party. So, a few of her friends come over from school and then suddenly people start dying. And these monsters show up and Sophie and her friends have to fight against these monsters to survive.
Yes.
So, yes, what did you think about, let's say, the acting?
The acting, I thought, was above expectations because I had heard some bad things about the acting. When I've asked people how the film was, they're like, oh yeah, the gore's great, but the acting is not top notch.
But actually, the acting is pretty good.
I didn't think it was bad. Like,
no.
I mean, it wasn't like, ooh, best acting ever.
But I mean,
it fit for the film. It was good enough. It was good.
Nothing about the acting really bothered me.
No, not the acting. No.
No.
Some characters were like, but
I don't think
one character was, that's it. But it didn't. She's like a side character, so it didn't matter.
But I mean, the main characters did a really good job, and Nicholas did a very good job as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and the monsters did a very good job.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of monsters, I thought that the design of the monsters and the actual book were fantastic. Like the pages in the book were so well
the drawings
written,
and stuff. It was really, really well made.
Drawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would buy those as like posters, like they or art.
Yeah.
I would buy them as art. No, but what is it called?
Yeah.
Prints. Yeah.
Yeah, prints. Hang them on your wall, and yeah. No, I agree. I agree. The set design was very well made. Monsters looked really good, and the book was amazing.
Yeah.
And then we have to get to the gore.
Gore.
Yes.
Yes, of course. We have monsters. You must have gore. And the gore was, of course, good. I mean,
very creative.
I thought it was very good and creative and well done.
Yes.
Lots of blood, lots of intestines.
Yeah, I mean, so a few parts reminded me of Brain Dead. Like they used some things that they also used in Brain Dead, like some details. But I mean, it's not as much gore as Brain Dead. It's hard to do.
It's hard to do that.
But I got that feeling just based on how the film was shot and the cinematography and the lighting and everything, and that was a very positive feeling. So yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the things that probably bothered me the most was that the gore wasn't spread out through the film as evenly as I had hoped. It kind of came in with a bang and just like, you're like, whoa! And then it kind of sets the bar for expectations. And then later on in the film, not that it's bad gore when it comes. There are some parts where there is.
Which you always want
is good. But I thought that if you're going to do it that much in the beginning, you need to keep that you need to keep the yearning like in place, like so
keep those big bangs coming.
Yeah,
she had like little bangs.
Yeah,
but it was still good. Like,
the
gore was still good.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about the actual gore.
No,
the SFX were amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, and creature design.
So what about the story?
Story I thought was generic, nothing special, nothing bad. It fit to what the film was.
Yes, that's the thing. Not every film has to have like major twists or it has to be groundbreaking in some ways. This type of film like required this type of story, and it was enough.
Yeah,
it was enough.
It had some small little like extra things.
Yes, of course, but I enjoyed it. So
it did remind me a lot. I don't think it's a bad thing. A lot of people will think it's maybe a supernatural.
I haven't actually watched
I know.
Supernatural
I haven't watched
yet. I'm
the
sorry.
last a billion.
But
I watched the first seasons, but especially towards, in the film keeps going.
okay.
It does remind me a lot. It's the book. They have a book that they go through,
Okay.
and then they're hunting monsters, and it's
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
in that sense. And maybe that's I don't know, but it's not a bad thing. If you're looking at the first few seasons, later in the season it get bad, but it does remind me a little bit about that. But then again, Supernatural isn't the most original series of all times either, so they probably got their inspiration from somewhere as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
But yeah, the humor was pretty good. They had some really fun moments in it as well.
Yeah, they did.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, like some characters just had their own quirky things and special things about them, and it made it really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially one dancer who was very creative with things.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
His character wasn't one of my favorites.
No, but what he did with in the situation was pretty funny.
I think that that's one thing that kind of got me going, and not going, but like why? And that was the fact that this girl, the emo or like the goth girl, she was kind of in love with this sort of like quirky, weird guy, and she just like tried to like show it, and either I'm hoping that he didn't understand and liked her, but it just felt a little bit like, she's just going and going and going for him, and he was just like not having it, and it's like just stop, like he's not interested. But I'm hoping it's like he didn't notice. Who knows? But they look good, all the girls and the boys.
Yep.
And they're really cute. The main girl, Lindsay Crane, she's very beautiful.
Yeah.
And fit the role of the innocent 18-year-old.
Yeah. She played Sophie really well.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool weapons.
Very cool weapons. So I will give this a 7.5 out of 10.
7 and a 5.
I'm sorry, I had some wine earlier. 7.5.
7 and a 5.
I had too much wine, I guess. I'm sorry. Okay, 7.5 out of 10.
I'm torn between a 6 and a 7.
But
I'm gonna give it a 6. I think.
okay.
There were some things that could have just been a little bit better. I mean, not saying it wasn't fun. It was a fun film. It'd probably make a really good drinking game. But I think that it went too much in the beginning, and then it didn't really keep up the tempo towards the end. But otherwise, I thought it was great, and
So not a 6 and a 5.
6 and a 5. But I really look forward to seeing what Stuart and Paul have in store for us next.
Yep.
'Cause,
Me too.
Yeah, their ideas are definitely in the right direction.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's it for today.
Yes.
And don't forget to support your indie horror film and your indie filmmakers and your random bitches.
Yeah, support your random bitches. But yeah, support your random bitches by following us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, comment on a video, share them if you want to, like us. Yeah.
Yes, and don't forget, stay horrific.
Bye.
So what have you three got planned for this evening?
Oh, just quiet night in with the girls.
Bed by midnight, okay?